Yep, even smart students lose points on papers. How, you ask? Well, here are 4 ways that I have seen in my thousands of papers graded as a professor. First up, making it longer than assigned. So if I'm assigning a 3-page paper, that means part of the challenge is having you figure out how to write what you need to say within those 3 pages. So if I get a paper that's 6 pages long for a 3-page assignment, that is not going to get a great grade, even if it's extremely well written, because they did not follow the challenge that is concise writing. The second way smart students can lose points on papers is going way overboard on reference count. So say I'm assigning a paper that requires 10 references, 10 citations, right? If I get a paper turned in that has 12, 15, okay, that's fine. But if I get a paper turned in for a 10 reference assignment that has 30 or 50 references listed, those are big red flag papers. And here's why. It's very unlikely that you have actually been able to read and process 50 different references. So likely, if you are including that many references in your paper, those are secondary citations, meaning you found a reference, they cited or referenced all of these things, and you decided that it was good for you to include them too. Here's the problem. When I see that, it makes me wonder if there's plagiarism. It makes me wonder if you actually did the work. And so make sure that the references you're including in your paper are actually the ones you processed and you decided were effective in communicating your paper argument. The third way that even smart students can lose points on papers is trying to sound too smart. So using really big words and trying to emulate the really scholarly tone that maybe they're reading in the original references that they're finding. That scholarly tone comes with practice. And to make it sound natural and to make it effective, meaning you can do it in a way where I can still understand what you're trying to communicate in your paper, it just takes some time. And yeah, there are a few students in college who can do this. I have encountered some. But for the most part, it's best to try and stick with more natural language and words that you for sure know the meaning of. Put that thesaurus away and just try to communicate as clearly as you can what you need to put in that paper. And finally, the 4th way that even smart students lose points on papers is using tools to aid their writing process, but not making sure to double check what those tools are outputting. So I think it is really smart to use the tools we have available. Things like RefWorks, which help with references and citations. Things like speech to text, which can make it a lot easier to get your words from your brain onto paper. Or even ChatGPT, which is everywhere right now, I know, and is a big conversation in the college world. But I do think it can be helpful when it comes to creating outlines or thinking of topics. No, I don't advocate for writing your whole paper with it. And here's why. All of these tools are fallible, meaning they're not perfect, and often there are errors. And so you need to go back and make sure you are double checking those references, editing that speech to text. And when it comes to ChatGPT, making sure you're sticking with the outline and making sure that the actual paper you're writing is your thinking and your work so that you don't get caught in a sticky wicket. Now, if you're writing a paper, you may need to write an introduction and a conclusion. So if that's you, definitely check out these videos next because they walk you through step-by-step, easy peasy, how to make those slam dunk paragraphs. I'll see you over there.